teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it, and sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a second, third reaction play and create downfield.
Right to the air is Burrow.
That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Toss left side for ETN.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And there on your screen, Charles, the key inactives guys out this week.
And there's never anything good about any injury, but if there's a silver lining to them, is that it creates opportunity for someone else on the depth chart. Will they take advantage of it with good play, or have they not prepared well, thinking they'll never get on the field, and they'll go out there and hurt their team?
And they go play action now. Burrow. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
That is caught by Herbert.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
The Bengals at 7-5 now of the year. They've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
From the 23, here's a 2nd down and 4.
Play action. It's Burrow.
That's to his tight end all.
What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
And he remains perfect on this opening drive. Charles now 5 of 5 and another first down to work with.
He's like one of those great shooters in basketball that has his rhythm, has his confidence. He doesn't think anything is going to miss right now. As far as he's concerned, he's going to be perfect the entire game. And who's to say that it won't happen the way he's throwing it right now?
That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard.
Again, it's Burrow. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Charlie Jones,
his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Bengals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Now it's Jackson. A short one there, caught by Likely. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 7 catches, 56 yards.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass. You get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's going to be upset. He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Henry. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down. You talk about this Bengals defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the passer, number 28.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Now it's Jackson. He finds his man, complete. That's Terry.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or 2. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They'll run here with a rookie. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. From the gun, Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 36. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Jackson finds his man. It's Kohler. So no gain on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Now, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Now ETN to start the drive.
Broken tackle to the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play. Seven, our score after one. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here.
Now 2nd and 3.
As they've got it as we resume action.
Straight ahead, ETN.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Here's a quick throw caught by Higgins. Able to corral him right at the midfield stripe following that sparkling display of footwork we saw.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3.
From midfield now, Burrow.
He'll drop that underneath to ETN.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Herbert powering up the middle.
Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down at about 9 to go.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the 1st down.
In motion right goes Higgins.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow able to find Higgins. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Back to the ground with ETN.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Partner, there's strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
And they'll run with ETN.
And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
Burrow will throw. This is caught. Touchdown! From 4 yards out. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
On for the extra point is Folk. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Ravens offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been a nightmare for defenses to try and contain all year long. NFL leader in rushing yards at the QB position here late in the season. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
And he's going to have a Ravens first down as the tackle made here at the 36.
Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's Jackson to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Terry. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up second down. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. They'll try the right side with Henry. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And this offense on 3rd down today, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 6. Jackson now.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
And that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And the numbers have looked good this season. Case in point right here. He is up there among the NFL leaders in TD passes. The Bengals drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
They run the toss now to ETN.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now Burrow. They'll set up the screen to Herbert.
was able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
The first down screen pass, good for 5.
2nd and 5.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And he slings one that's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Here's Burrow.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
This is taken at the 15. And running with power here. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. Remember, he called his own number on the touchdown run earlier, and that's something he's been able to do with some frequency this season, as you see here where he ranks among NFL quarterbacks.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
A throw off his back foot there. That's going to wind up incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
To throw is Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Well, he was looking at a dime formation, 6 defensive backs on the field. So he's looking for anyone to throw the football to, but he didn't have anyone open, so he took off and ran for it, but he came up just short, and that brings up 4th down.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
The Bengals offense and their quarterback ready to go once more.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Burrow on his toes that time as they get the 1st down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm. But he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that 1st down pickup.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now it's Burrow. And that is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Burrow looking to pass. That is caught. And he is going to have the Bengals first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now it's Burrow. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. Again, he'll drop to throw. That one taken in by Burton. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Folks' kick is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. But just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start out here with the option left. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Well, that one hurts. That wipes away what would have been a big play.
Well, you and I both know coaches aren't real big on silver linings, but at least that play call was a successful one. Now the focus offensively, that goes to overcoming the penalty and making all that yardage back again.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And in the second quarter, it's the Vikings who are out on top. Elijah Moore, a touchdown reception. From there, we're off to check out another game. And that one's gone to the half with them leading the visiting Miami Dolphins. Noah Brown, 2 touchdown catches in that first half alone. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they trail the visiting Cowboys at halftime. Dak Prescott, responsible for the lone touchdown in the game thus far as he's thrown a touchdown pass. We saw a strong first half out of the quarterback, Joe Burrow. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down. Here's Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
You could almost see his eyes light up defensively. I mean, as a linebacker, that's about as quick as you can get to a quarterback.
So what did your third-grade teacher teach you about straight lines, right? As soon as you have those, you take full advantage of them. He found a gap in the offensive line, got to the quarterback, and put him on the deck.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Now it's Jackson.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 43. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson.
Got his target. That's Kohler.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's second down. Jackson, options out left. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Jackson from the shotgun.
Right side and caught by Kohler.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down. Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Terry. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Jackson.
Finds his man. It's Kohler.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be second down. They'll bring a tight end in motion right. Running left, it's Henry. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing is Jackson.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
In motion, Aguilar.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Henry is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal, Jackson. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and the Bengals grab it.
And give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
This complete to Jones. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
ETN on the toss right.
And everyone on their assignment defensively there as he'll be taken down behind the line.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Burrow will throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the left sideline.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Charlie Jones
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Bengals are able to add on to that lead.
Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
Jackson options out left. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Bengals grab it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Problems there on the option and a costly turnover.
Yeah, partner, you know how we watch practice sometimes and we see those drills where the quarterback's running with the football and they're swinging pads at him and the brooms are out and they're trying to poke at the football for ball security. I have a feeling next week there'll be an extra session of that each and every day.
The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
give running right, Etienne.
And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3.
Now Burrow.
He'll drop that underneath to Etienne.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Caught by Jones. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 2nd down. Here's Burrow. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th.
A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Over the middle, connecting with Kohler.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Sam Hubbard, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Ravens on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Jackson now. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And unable to breakaway. They stop him a few yards shy. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Running out of the gun with ETN. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And they go play action now. Burrow. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's got Burton here. That's strong running. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11. ETN up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. On 3rd down, here's ETN. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. 55 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. On 1st down, right back to ETN. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run on 1st down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation. Now it's Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Mike Gesicki there to make the grab. And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. A partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. The tight end in motion right. Now Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. They go play action with Jackson.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here's Jackson to throw.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Play action. It's Jackson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 29-yard line. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation.
Throw caught by Flowers. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 8. In motion, Aguilar.
Now it's Jackson. That ball's caught. Aguilar, right side. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Slot man moves right. Jackson will throw again.
That is caught.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Here's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Terry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Flowers going to go in motion right.
Play action. Now Jackson.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now it's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Throwing is Jackson. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Tucker now for the extra point. And the lead is down to 20. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
As they move to 8-5, and they'll get to stay home again.
It's week 14 of the NFL.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018 from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Irving.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Mayfield looks to throw. And this is incomplete.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run for the first time here with Rashad White. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You talk about this Rams defense.
They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
To throw, Mayfield. And the Rams got it. They'll bring him down.
Tony Field
coming in and dropping for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz. And the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. I call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken 1st overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
Oh, and that is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game.
And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
And the Rams at 7-5 now of the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. Running right, here's Sanders. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, He can get into the secondary so fast, the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Looking left side, and it's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Tyler Higbee, his second touchdown on the season. And the Rams will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Buccaneers offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. And he's had a knack for finding the end zone all season long. His numbers reflect that. Here we are in the month of December. He sits atop the NFL leaderboard in terms of rushing touchdowns. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. To the sideline and incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Mayfield down. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second down and a yard. They go play action. Mayfield. This to the sideline and nearly intercepted. Oh, he had that in his grasp. Couldn't get it. Instead, it'll bring up third down. They'll try and run here with Irvin. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but third and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Mayfield to throw it. Throw out right. It's brought in by Otten. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it second down.
You talk about this Rams defense.
They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Mayfield. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 30. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Now Mayfield. His throw caught right around the 6.
And the Bucs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Here's Mayfield. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
How about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Able to, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Throwing, Mayfield. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd down, back to Sanders.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll try the left side. Schrader. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
The visitors' offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And he's putting together some kind of campaign. Currently 2nd in the NFL in touchdown receptions among wideouts.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out and out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
His throw is going to be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. He'll find McMillan here.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
They'll look to throw again. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Palmer. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Play fake. Mayfield.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Baker going to give it to Irving.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Mayfield on play action.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. Inches from the upright, it's no good. Wide to the left, and that will keep this a 4-point game.
Boy, that's 3 points you really expect to have. That's nothing more than a lack of concentration to me, because an NFL kicker should make this kick in his sleep.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
Now Stafford.
Short throw, it's Higbee. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
Here's Stafford.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now a handoff up the middle. Schrader. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Now it's Stafford. He'll complete this one to Watson. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Here's Ethan Evans now. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Buccaneers offense and Baker Mayfield set to take over once more. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Palmer going to go in motion left. Throwing on 2nd down. Mayfield. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They go right back to White here on first down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
A shotgun handoff here to Irving. And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
L.A. set to take over again on offense. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That'll be caught by Cup. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. And they'll send the tight end in motion. From the gun, here's Stafford. To the right side, that's Whittington. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. To throw is Stafford. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down. To the air again, Stafford. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Stafford. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where you see the final score there. A.J. Brown, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. Jaden Daniels, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football to wrap up the week between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. The Rams got a nice throwback performance from their veteran quarterback, Matthew Stafford. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either team thus far.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half, they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Trying to lay one up deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fielded just inside the 20. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bucs offense and veteran Chris Godwin getting set for this next drive. And he's very much alive in the race for most receiving yards by a wideout this year. Currently ranked 2nd in the NFL at this point in the season. They'll start on the ground with Irving.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They'll stay on the ground with Irving.
Dances by him, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They'll go up the middle with White. Able to push his way through. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though.
Now 2nd and 5. Here's the first carry for Sean Tucker. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the 1st down.
A run up the middle with Irving. He's got it to the 43 here.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
That's out wide for Palmer.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Handoff running left, Irving.
And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Mayfield.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
They run out of the gun with Irving.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. And we'll pause here for an injury. I believe that's a running back. Yeah, that's Rashad White, who's shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
To throw, Mayfield.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Mayfield to throw it.
This one taken in by Otten. And the Buccaneers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Here's Mayfield. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run.
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option for...
Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers have taken the lead here in this third quarter. So a very strong first drive in this second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Extra point safely through. And the lead is now 10-7. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it's Chris Godwin who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. And they'll get him down inside the 30 up to 27. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game. We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded at the 20. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. The visitors' offense and their running back, Bucky Irving, getting ready to go back to work. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Throwing, Mayfield. Looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first. That last throw moves him past 27,989 yards for his career, so that means he moves ahead of the blonde bomber, Terry Bradshaw, on the all-time list.
And boy, he loved to throw it downfield, didn't he? That's why he was the blonde bomber. Remember, he'd throw it downfield to John Stallworth and Lynn Swann. It was gorgeous. Big throws, big plays. Terry Bradshaw.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
In motion left, Godwin. Now Mayfield. Oh, he had it. one. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And the Rams getting set to go now. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the first down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Sanders. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Stafford now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 33. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the counter now, it's Sanders.
Taken down at the 30. Second and 6.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Throwing is Stafford. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 17-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback, so that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Now a give, right side. Schrader. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Out of the gun, Stafford. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Logan Hall. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This from 54 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. A fourth quarter miss like that, there is no lonelier feeling than that kicker right now.
As we all know, a lot of these games, they come down to special teams. And when that chance comes, you have to perform in order to help your team get over the top.
Could have tied it. Instead, they remain down 3. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They caught a break with that missed field goal. Instead of being tied, they now sit in the fourth quarter driver's seat, still up 3. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Mayfield from the gun on third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Second down and 3. They go play action. Mayfield fighting through pressure. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Mayfield now. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and that will keep this a 3-point game. Maybe an important fourth quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game. They get a drive, put it through the posts. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this fourth quarter deficit. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's second down. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Oh, and this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The end result, 21 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and a couple. Straight ahead, it's Irving.
A little juke. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
64 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. From the gun, Mayfield.
This is caught by McMillan.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
2nd down and 4. On the handoff, this is Irving.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Rams are right back in this football game.
A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field.
A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position.
After the interception, here's Stafford.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
In motion, the tight end. Back to throw, Stafford.
Pass complete there in the clear.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
This offense in good shape. 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Now it's Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset.
Here's 1st and 10.
They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Stafford looks to throw again.
That one taken in by Whittington. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Stafford.
And a ball caught by his rookie wideout.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
2nd down, back to Sanders.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Now it's Stafford, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Here now, 2nd and goal.
And he'll spike it with 16 seconds remaining. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. This to tie things up in the final minute. And his kick here is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And part of you and I both know the safe call is to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
He's going to let it go again. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the Bucs going to have a chance to go down and win it. They'll get the ball first here in overtime.
Well, now how about this return?
And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Baker going to give it to Irving.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory.
84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Mayfield looks to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, fourth down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Their defense, they did the important thing. They got the stop. They didn't allow a point, but now they're backed up here pretty far, Charles. Going to need a significant drive to try to get into position for the game-winning field goal.
Yeah, partner, don't you think that defense is on the sidelines right now saying, don't come to us with your problems about where you're starting? We did the important part. We kept them off the board, kept us in the ball game. Find a way to maneuver it downfield, at least get into field goal range, and get us a win.
And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Now Stafford with his first throw of OT. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. So out come the Bucs now. This is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get in overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their first drive. So now, sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it might be a little bit easier for both teams now because they've eased into overtime. That first series built everything on the line then. Now you've seen what a defense is thrown at you. You can make some adjustments, and all you need is 3 points to win it.
Once again, it's Irving. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On the ground, it's Tucker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, it's exactly what you're looking for.
They run. It's Tucker. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. This to win it in overtime. And off the upright, and it caroms in. It's good. The kick is good, and that writes a crazy finish to this one. So he needed a little assist from his friend the right upright, but 3 points all the same.
Yeah, he's a right-footed kicker. Normally, you don't mess with the right upright as a right-footed kicker, right? You're trying to bring it back right to left. But in this case, he got the assist. Right was right.
Another one in the books for his partner. Always great to be by your side. And look, both offenses, both defenses had some moments in this one, but I think you would agree these coaching staffs are also going to have some stuff to clean up on film.
Absolutely, partner, and let's face it, any game we get to watch from up here, it's going to be a blast. Do we want to get a real job? Absolutely not. Let's keep watching the NFL all season long.
So for the Buccaneers, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next.